G'day guys, it is Matt Rebin here with Inside the Game podcast. We've got Steph Lewer with us again today, helping us out. And we want to have a bit of a chat to her and ask her what her easy tips for an effective training session when we're training our little T-ballers or beginners. Steph's got a fair bit of experience with coaching, and it wasn't so long ago that she was only a little person herself, a lot closer than what was for me anyway. So Steph, what are your easy, helpful tips for an effective training session with young kids?
My biggest tip is preparation. I think it's very important to be totally prepared as you're coming into the training session. That also means that it's really good to be prepared for the few weeks ahead of it as well, and looking forward into what you want them to be able to achieve. So coming into your first training session, the first training session should always be kind of a touch base, see where they're all at and what they're able to do, what they're lacking, and all those different kind of standards of where they're hitting and where they're lacking. And when you get to game day, take notes of what needs improvement. Maybe their throws to first base need a bit more help, or how, if it's young kids for T-ball, setting themselves up at the tee by themselves. Maybe that's what you work on, just standing at the tee correctly. And teaching them in a way that is going to be beneficial for them as a player in the future. So if we're looking at a tee and setting themselves at a tee, you're not teaching them just to hit it off a tee and hit it really hard and really far, but you're teaching them proper techniques that's going to be beneficial for when they're not using a tee anymore, that they've got fundamentals and technique there to start hitting correctly.
So you don't want to drop the back shoulder and try and jack it over the centre fielder? That's not the right way to do it?
It's really good in T-ball to win like that. But I think it's really important to teach fundamentals with a forward-thinking thought. So you need to be prepared for their futures in baseball, but also for their futures of the coming weeks. So maybe you focus on the very basics of throwing this week, and then that means you can step up the next week a little bit further. The kids are going to be much worse at it than they are going to be better in 1 week. But it's patience. It's a lot of patience going into trainings, and especially with new kids, it's making sure that you've got time for them to progress. Over a season, you're not going to make little mini MLB players. You are going to make decent players or kids that are having fun in the game, and you just want to make sure they're progressing in the right way, and they're enjoying progressing and they're enjoying development, but making sure they're hitting some goals so they're able to see that they are developing, and it's visual for them and they're able to see that they're hitting their goals.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So preparation, be prepared, plan, and think ahead. You know, these are good tips. These are excellent tips. We've done one before about some of the tips that we do for training sessions, and it's good to hear from someone else. Steph trains teams all the time, so I really like the point about thinking ahead and thinking about what you're trying to achieve in, let's say, before the break, before the Christmas break. That's what do we want to achieve before then, you know, and that's good. And focusing on good fundamentals if you can. Not all of us know what the good fundamentals are. We may have never played before and we're coaching a team, but definitely try and YouTube's your friend. Inside the Game podcast is your friend. You know, have a look around and try and find out if you're going to teach swing mechanics this week, or you're going to teach them to hit off a tee. Have a look at a YouTube video or two, you know, and educate yourself on what a good swing looks like. So if you can even get the right idea and be speaking the same things to these kids as maybe some of these good coaches on YouTube and whatnot are speaking to you, you know, you're moving in the right direction. Very good, Steph. Thank you very much. If you guys have got any tips for an effective training session for young'uns, put them down in the comments and we'll discuss them with them there. Thank you very much, Steph. Thanks. See you next time. That's it for today's episode of RBI Australia Inside the Game. Thanks for tuning in. If you picked up something new, make sure to share it with your team or hit replay. We'll be back soon with more tips, drills and insights to help you level up. And hey, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss an episode. Until next time, train smart, play hard and keep growing that game.
Ever feel like it's hard to find good gear or a place that truly understands your love for the game? Sick of cheap stuff that falls apart? Or coaches who just don't get it? At RBI Australia, we're players and families just like you. We live and breathe baseball, And we're here to help you play better, train smarter, and love every minute of it. From top quality gear to expert coaching and a real baseball community, everything you need is right here under one roof. Shop online or drop into RBI today and get ready for your best season yet. Gear's moving fast this season, so don't wait. Grab what you need before it's gone.